Have you noticed something strange? They ignore your calls, they forget your messages, they disappear when you're struggling, but the moment they need something, your phone suddenly rings. Coincidence? No. It's a pattern. The Stoics warned about people like this over 2,000 years ago. Today, you'll discover why some people only remember you when you become useful, and more importantly, how to stop being someone's convenience and start becoming your own priority. Stay until the end, because one lesson from Marcus Aurelius could change the way you see every relationship in your life. But before we begin, if you're ready to build an unbreakable mind with Stoic wisdom, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's begin. The first reason people only call you when they need something, is because you've trained them to. Most people don't realize this, but every time you drop everything to solve someone else's problem, every time you answer immediately, every time you put their priorities above your own, you're silently teaching them that your time is always available. Marcus Aurelius believed that your time is the most valuable thing you'll ever own because once it's gone, you'll never get it back. So why do we hand it away so freely? Think about the people who truly care about you. They don't only appear when they need a favor. They check on you when you're struggling. They celebrate your victories. They make time for you even when they gain nothing in return. That's the difference between someone who values you, and someone who values what you can do for them. The painful truth is that many people don't love your presence. They love your usefulness. As long as you keep saying yes, they'll keep asking for more. But the moment you finally say no, they suddenly act disappointed, offended, or even angry. Not because you've changed, but because they were benefiting from the version of you that never had boundaries. Stoicism teaches that respect is earned when people realize your time has value. If your time is free for everyone, eventually nobody respects it. The strongest people aren't available every second of the day. They're available when it aligns with their values and priorities. That's why protecting your time isn't selfish, it's wisdom. If this lesson is already making you rethink the people around you, hit the like button because it helps this message reach others who need it. And if you're serious about building a stronger mindset through Stoic wisdom, subscribe now because the next lesson might completely change the way you protect your peace. The second reason they only call you when they need you, is because you keep confusing being needed with being valued. Those two things are not the same. Someone can need your money, your advice, your time, your support, or your attention without ever truly respecting you as a person. Seneca warned that we often waste our lives serving people who would never sacrifice even a single hour for us. That's a painful truth, but it's one that can completely change your life once you accept it. Ask yourself this: when was the last time they called just to ask how you were doing? When was the last time they reached out with no request, no favor, and no hidden agenda? If every conversation starts with, "Can you help me?" or "I need something," then you're not in a relationship, you're being used as a resource. The Stoics believe that your energy should be invested where it's appreciated, not where it's expected. Every time you continue giving to people who never give back, you're slowly teaching yourself that your own needs don't matter. Over time, that destroys your confidence. You begin to believe your only value comes from what you can provide. But your worth was never supposed to depend on your usefulness. Your worth exists even when you say no. Even when you're unavailable. Even when you choose yourself. The people who genuinely care about you won't disappear because you protected your time. Only the people who benefited from your lack of boundaries will. That's why learning to say no is one of the strongest forms of self-respect. It filters out the people who only wanted access to your kindness while making room for the people who truly value your presence. If you're still watching, you're exactly the kind of person this message was meant for. Hit the like button if you believe your time is valuable, and subscribe now because the final lesson will show you exactly how to stop being everyone's backup plan and start becoming your own priority. The third lesson is the hardest one to accept: sometimes the people who use you aren't bad people. They're simply comfortable with receiving while you're comfortable with giving. That's why nothing changes. You keep hoping they'll notice your sacrifices, but they don't, because what feels like sacrifice to you feels normal to them. Epictetus taught that people act according to their own nature. You cannot force someone to value what they never learned to appreciate. You can only decide whether you'll continue participating in the same cycle. The moment you stop always being available, something interesting happens. Some people disappear. Some become frustrated. Some accuse you of changing. But the people who genuinely respect you, stay. They don't demand your time. They appreciate it. They don't expect your help. They ask for it. They don't make you feel guilty for having boundaries. They admire you for having them. That's the difference between real relationships and one-sided ones. Real relationships are built on mutual respect, not constant sacrifice. Imagine your time as a bank account. Every conversation, every favor, every late-night phone call is a withdrawal. If nobody ever deposits anything back into your emotional bank account, one day you'll wake up completely exhausted. Burnout doesn't happen because you care too much. It happens because you keep giving to people who never refill what they've taken. The Stoics understood that protecting your energy wasn't selfish, it was necessary. You can't pour into someone else's cup when your own is empty. That's why emotionally strong people don't try to save everyone. They first make sure they aren't destroying themselves in the process. If this lesson is helping you see your relationships more clearly, hit the like button because every like helps this message reach someone who's silently being taken for granted. And if you're committed to becoming mentally stronger every day, subscribe now because the final lesson may completely change the way you value yourself forever. The final lesson is this: stop measuring your importance by how often people need you. Measure it by how peacefully you can live without needing their approval. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that a good life isn't built by pleasing everyone around you. It's built by staying true to your own values. That's exactly what most people forget. They spend years trying to become useful enough that nobody will leave them. But the truth is, the people who only stay because you're useful were never really with you to begin with. Real loyalty doesn't disappear the moment you stop saying yes. Real friendship doesn't depend on favors. Real love doesn't keep score. So what's the Stoic solution? It's surprisingly simple. Start observing instead of chasing. Stop being the first person to text every time. Stop answering every call immediately. Stop solving problems that other people are responsible for solving themselves. Give people the opportunity to show you who they are without your constant effort holding the relationship together. You'll be shocked by what happens. Some relationships will quietly disappear. Others will become stronger than ever. That's not loss, that's clarity. Remember these 3 questions before giving your time to anyone. Do they only contact me when they need something? Do they respect my boundaries when I say no? Would they still value me if I had nothing left to offer them? If the answer is no, you already know what to do. Protect your peace. Protect your energy. Protect your future. Because the people who truly deserve a place in your life will never make you feel guilty for valuing yourself. They won't just call when they need you, they'll call because they genuinely care about you. That's the difference between being used and being valued. Never forget it. Before this video ends, remember one thing that could completely change your life: you don't owe unlimited access to anyone simply because you have a good heart. Kindness without wisdom becomes self-destruction. The Stoics never told us to stop caring about people. They taught us to stop abandoning ourselves for people who would never do the same for us. From today, make one decision. Stop rewarding one-sided relationships. Stop proving your worth through endless sacrifice. Stop believing that saying yes to everyone makes you a better person. It doesn't. It only makes you easier to use. Instead, become the kind of person who values their own time, protects their own peace, and chooses relationships built on mutual respect instead of constant obligation. The people who truly belong in your life won't disappear because you became harder to reach. They'll respect you even more because they understand that strong boundaries create healthy relationships. One day, someone will call you just to hear your voice, not because they need a favor. Someone will check on you without expecting anything in return. Someone will celebrate your success instead of competing with it. Those are your people. Don't waste your life chasing everyone else. So the next time your phone rings, don't ask, "What do they want?" Ask yourself a better question. Does this relationship bring peace into my life, or does it only take from it? That single question can save you years of disappointment. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself that your life becomes what your thoughts repeatedly focus on. Stop focusing on people who only remember you when they need something. Start focusing on becoming the kind of person who never needs to beg for love, respect, or attention. Because the strongest people don't chase validation, they build a life so meaningful that the right people naturally choose to stay. Your peace is your greatest wealth. Your time is your greatest investment. And your self-respect is something no one deserves to take away from you. Choose wisely. Choose yourself. And never apologize for protecting the life you're trying to build. Before you go, ask yourself one final question. Who in your life only remembers you when they need something? If one person instantly came to mind, then this video wasn't a coincidence, it was a wake-up call. Don't ignore it. Hit the like button if you believe your peace is worth protecting. Subscribe now and join thousands of people who are building an unbreakable mindset through Stoic Wisdom every week. And I want to hear from you. Go to the comments and type just one sentence, "I know my worth." Your words could give someone else the courage to stop settling for one-sided relationships. Finally, share this video with someone who's always there for everyone else but never feels appreciated. It might be the message that changes their life forever. Remember, people who truly value you won't only call when they need you, they'll stay because they respect who you are.